And also in the A7FL playoffs, the Baltimore Cobras will move on to the Final Four, defeating the Army 8-0. And the other team filling up the spot, the number 2 seed in the A7FL, the Immortals, defeating the Gators 21-12. Now let's get to the action here. Easy. Wingate cuts through, bringing it down and brought down inside the 35-yard line.
And Jimbo, number 82, could sneak out.
Hard body put into pressure, ball pops out, immediately turned over by the Vikings. So deferring to the first half pays off on the first play from scrimmage as Baltimore gets the turnover and a first down in U territory.
But he's the runner-up for MVP in last year's regular season.
2 wide receivers, 1 in motion. A handoff from Mason going upfield, brought down in a steady gain by number 8. That's the freight train, Terrell Burks. 2 running backs, wide receiver in motion. 2nd and 8. Handoff to the left side. Immediately stopped, smothered and covered. And that's number 6. And we believe that's Blair.
Yeah, Cordell Blair.
Correction, I believe. Yeah, that was Cordell Blair. Never watch any of their games where it doesn't have that kind of cut tension in the air.
Yeah.
Ball thrown deep, up in the air, and that one will land out of play. And we thank you for a record audience today on Twitch. Ball thrown deep into the end zone, intercepted by the U.
That's DeBray Tavares.
Tavares cutting near the sideline. Big hip check block. No flag on the play. Brought down inside Baltimore territory. Tackle by number 13, Jiggy.
Right away, and their defensive backs are second to none. DeBray Tavares is another one of those guys coming up from the Chiefs, make the easy interception, and had plenty of room after he makes the first couple of guys miss, and the U, after that early turnover, force a turnover themselves and will start in enemy territory. Try to make up for that debacle.
Back set up to the left, that's number 32, the D-Train, and the D-Train running express. No need to stop, heading straight for the end zone. Touchdown, Paterson.
Yeah, and once the D-Train gets rolling, it's hard to get him off the track. You saw the Vikings trailing him there, and their only opportunity to get him out of bounds was to push him, and shrugs off the push. Easy touchdown, and 2 offensive plays for the U.
20 left to play. There's the handoff to Hard Body. Hard Body pushing ahead, and he will not convert. Gets stopped inside the 1-yard line, and the Sicario not able to cash in on the contract. This is the A7FL playoffs, the Elite 8. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Corey Hammond, and be a part of the conversation on social media by following us on Twitch at twitch.tv/A7FL, liking us on Facebook at facebook.com/A7FL, and also subscribing to us on YouTube at youtube.com/the-A7FL. One off a fumble, one off an interception, and right now the most dynamic play in football, the 3-on-1. Corey, Baltimore with the ball, picking that one up inside the 5. That is number 45 bringing the ball down. That's the Hitman, and the Hitman not executing excellently and being brought down by all 3 members of that 3-on-1 special teams unit.
Back in the game.
Gervin set up to his right. They'll hand it off to Gervin. Good block, good cut, but double tackled. Knight and Rogers helping out, and I think there might have been a flag on the play.
Shooting themselves in the foot.
And rolling out to his right. Launches this one deep downfield. Catches it in stride. No! Off the hands. That pass intended for Amani Skinner. And Frozone caught up in the spotlight. And that one will be 2nd down. Happened through a touchdown, through an interception in the end zone. Here comes Ramadan. Ramadan making him roll out to his right. Mason throws this one. And that one will go out of play. One ineligible receiver. And here comes the pressure. Thrown, almost in, and it's intercepted. Considered an interception? No. Coming from both sides.
That's number 5, J-Rock Rogers getting the quick pressure again.
Rolling out to his right. Moore will just take it and bring it upfield, and it'll be 3rd down. Yeah, especially here on Twitch, because for the rest of the A7FL playoffs, they hand up off the middle. Gervin trying to move it ahead, completely stopped at the door. Correction, that was not Gervin, that was number 30, Ricardo Freeman, the Wolverine. And the Wolverine adamantium ain't getting through that wall. It'll be 4th down. Semi-final round is a 3-on-1 as a U will get the ball back. That one will bounce.
And they make the right decision, keeping the ball away from Kareem Moon and out of bounds.
You can see so far today, not in the U's favor. Huff will roll out. He'll run. He'll check down the sideline.
And some disrespect shown.
3:35 left to play. And there's a direct handoff. Running it over, that's Moon. Moon finding a way to cut through, but not for long. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and it will be 3rd down.
Like a rainbow ball from Huff here.
In trouble, holds on to it. Loops this one towards the sideline. Will they give him the catch? They gave him the catch, and it will be 1st down, picked up by Kareem Moon.
Great play to convert the 1st down.
Quick toss, right side. Not able to get the running game going here after that big play by the D-Train.
Pat Coburn at the bottom of the screen.
Taking his time. Fakes out. There's a flag on the play, and that one will see Moon go out of bounds.
45 yards in penalties and the big turnover as Hardbody gets the ball up the middle.
And he'll get stopped again. The running game of the U, not as dynamic as it usually is, getting stopped at the line of scrimmage, and it will be 3rd down.
Thing with a hard-fought game.
The handoff to Hardbody, the flea flicker, fakes it, launches this one downfield. Will he be able to make the catch? Played for it, no. Big a heads-up play by Amani Skinner. Frozone making the stop, and it will be 3rd down. Paterson against the wall.
Good coverage, and again, we talked about Irving Wingate, one of the faster guys in the league.
Four on the line, 1 wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. There's the handoff, pushing upfield, and biggest run of the day for number 6, Daryl Hard Luck. You know, a gain of about 5 there, Corey.
Yeah, great play design. And if you saw it, you saw the pulling guard, even though it's not a technically guard with a 3-man line, but you had the pulling lineman getting out in front, and a good gain.
And it'll be 2nd down after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Handoff. No, that's a fake. He'll cut up. He'll get the 1st down and more. Bringing it down. Could be no. And he'll slide, take the caution as Quattro Huffin will get them inside near the red zone. The ball set up on the 9-yard line.
Mentioned it before, the play action fakes from Q Huff, Quattro Huffin. Almost a magical display of misdirection there, as it seemed like even the defense didn't know he had the ball, and he didn't even know he had the ball with a couple of hesitation moves to get 45 yards.
So it'll be 1st and 10, the handoff to Daryl Luck. Luck pushing through, touchdown U!
And he's not one of the 300-pound or 200-plus round running backs, but certainly not easy to bring down as Daryl Luck knifes in for the touchdown, and they'll take the 12-0 lead. There's the run by Huff again.
Here's what set it up, a huge run downfield. And if he instinctually knew that number 6 Gervin was right behind him. He knew he had to go down, take the slide, and let
what almost looks like the
run it
whole time he was running the ball, he's looking for the slide, because he gave the hesitation move multiple times. No one wanted to make the tackle, and he was able to mosey his way on down 45. I thought for sure he was just going to take off after getting the open field.
And they'll be going for 2 here from the 10-yard line. As it is 12-0, the handoff to Luck again. Luck with a replay, and you see Luck running in there, setting that one up, making it 12-0.
So now they'll be going for 2. Kareem Moon back at quarterback. They love to do this on the conversion.
Moon set up with Hardbody to his right. Moon will hold on, whips this one, catches it, and they'll get the 2-point conversion. Rodriguez with the reception.
Yeah, Adrian Rodriguez with the quick decision by Moon, and we've already seen Moon's escapability, his ability to make a tight catch on the sideline, and now he has a conversion with the throw. Kareem Moon, one of the treasures of the A7FL.
So it's 14-0. The Vikings down, but not necessarily out. They've got a lot of time left to play in this one. But the U showing that they are one of the more dominant teams on both sides of the ball. It's 14-0 U. 12-11 left to play in the half. This is the A7FL playoffs on Twitch and 11 Sports. The 3-on-1 getting ready here as Quattrell Huffin will throw the ball off as the U with a 14-0 lead over the Vikings. And right now, Corey, this is do or die time for the Vikings.
Well, there is still plenty of game left, but the formula for the U has been pretty simple. They're lining up, and they're just better than the Vikings so far. It's going to have to be a bunch of big plays on both sides of the ball for the Vikings to get back in this game. But like I said, they almost have a full 3 quarters to do it.
And that was the hitman, Chris Leslie, not able to move as far upfield as he would have liked, but still a pretty decent run. It'll be set near the 30-yard line, around the 27. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. And you look at this U defense, they've been able to keep people stopped in their tracks all season long. And Corey, right now, if you're behind center for Baltimore, you haven't been able to get a lot going. You've already thrown an interception inside the red zone. That was the closest they've gotten to a scoring drive here today. How do you get that donut off the board?
Well, instead of going with play action like the Vikings have been, I would just tell my running back to go straight for the free man. You see that the U are coming out with 4 linemen rushing. That means that there's always a free man. So that running back, instead of this play action or run here,
they'll take it up the sideline, and Gervin will get a huge gain here, getting it near to the 39-yard line. And we'll be speaking with Zakish Wright of the BIC to get his reaction to his team's loss in the Elite 8 and see what he's going to be planning to do next season. He may be joining us in the booth for the next couple of playoff games. Who knows what will happen, but the only way you'll know is by watching every Sunday with us until July 14th when we have the championship game live on Twitch. You're not going to want to miss out on that one, and go to A7FL.com for more information. 2 wide receivers set up to the right, with Moore having Gervin set up to his direct right. Play action, in trouble, takes a tumble, whips this one, and that one will go incomplete, and it will be 2nd down.
Again, the play action causes an unnatural delay in the play, and with the free man for the U coming, just not enough time for Jamel Mason, the quarterback for the Vikings, to do anything with it. He does manage to get away and throws the ball away and avoids the sack. He's been able to do that at least today for most of the game, but just not enough time to find an open receiver. Matt, if I'm the Vikings, I'm going to ditch the play action totally and then just try to get a good 3-step quick throw, because if they can't get the ball out before there's pressure, they really have no chance.
That is true, and it's do or die time, as I said before. 10:38 left to play as Baltimore walks back to the line. With 10.5 minutes left to play, they've got to make something happen on this drive to go into the second half with a little bit of something on that run. Gervin once again being stopped, and that's a loss of 3.
Yeah, Big Mo, long leg Paterson getting in Gervin's face after the good tackle there. It's just tough when you're going against a team like this. You try to stay ahead of the sticks. You give the ball off on an inside handoff, and that run worked earlier in the drive. But if your offensive line can't block the defensive line of the defense, it's just impossible to get your offense going.
So it'll be 3rd down. After that loss of 3, it'll be 3rd and 13.
It seems like Jamel Mason has been in bad situations all game so far, but one big throw could change the course of this game. We're always one play away in the A7FL from becoming back to exciting, so let's see what he's got.
And here comes Ramadan, and here comes the pressure right there for it. Ball thrown deep, caught and complete. The ball thrown to Marlon Anderson, Tony toe tap, getting the completion. 1st down, Baltimore.
A magician Jamel Mason is. He had 3 guys in his face from what seemed like the snap. You look at the blocking here, non-existent. Nobody pretty much gets any hands on any defender, but Mason is still able to find enough space to release the ball downfield as the U defensive backs were cheating, looking for the short routes. Mason is able to turn the tides and at least gain a big chunk on this drive.
And the ball will be set on the 22-yard line with 8:41 left to play in our 2nd quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 for Baltimore after the longest play of the day, the longest throw of the day for either team. and probably the second longest play from scrimmage after that D-train run for the first touchdown from the U.
Yeah, that ball was in the air for at least 50, 60 yards because Mason had to drop back at least 12 to avoid the quick pressure. Calls a timeout.
And a timeout called by the Vikings, their first charge timeout of the afternoon. Interesting call. I'm guessing they weren't ready.
Well, not sure what it was. They did come out with 2 running backs in the formation. Mason might have saw something in the defense there. He's looking for a change-up.
And right now, the Vikings, that has to stop their momentum just a little bit. Throwing that touchdown, throwing that deep pass inside near the red zone, ball set up on the 22, going nearly 20-yard line to 20-yard line on that play. And that kind of hampers whatever they were trying to do, whatever they were trying to accomplish. Just for a brief second, you got to wonder if that hiccup will cost them as you see Wolverine and Gervin set up on either side of Jamel Mason, wearing number 5 today. Watch that pressure. You can see the U getting ready to.
Yeah, this much conversation in the backfield from the running backs is either talking about the protection, which has been an issue, or they're obviously calling a run play.
The snap, play action, rolls out to the right, whips this one, incomplete. Intended for Gervin. That'll be second down.
Had Gervin in the end zone and just missed on the throw. Now, that's still a good throw because it's away from the defense. And as we've seen in the earlier game, you got to throw to the sideline when you run that corner route. Good pass protection from the Vikings allowed Mason the ability to even make that throw, but the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. You can hear inside the huddle as the freight train and the Wolverine set up on either side of Mason, making his 2nd start of the year. Play action, direct handoff, moving upfield, trying to get there and will not get the touchdown, will get the first down, and he's a little hurt, but a huge run by Ricardo Freeman, the Wolverine.
Now, that's where he gets his nickname. He is tough. It doesn't matter how big he is. He is stronger than the opposition a lot of times, and he has that tenacity that Wolverine, the character, does. Now, he may end up having what looks like might be a knee injury there, but great run as they get closer to getting back into this game with their first score.
It'll be 1st and goal, ball on the 5-yard line. A huge situation here as you see the Vikings preparing in the huddle.
Now, we talk about it all the time. There is no soccer in A7FL. Even though they're really close, they have a great drive going here, good big plays. If they can't punch it in, it means nothing.
They have 4 chances to score, 2 running backs, 1 on either side. The handoff rolls out and immediately stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down. The freight train stopped by number 13, Burton, whose nickname is Burton.
I think they just wanted to give the ball to Freight Train because just like we saw with the Wolverine on that last play, the Wolverine and the Freight Train are heart and soul of this Vikings team.
And you see Big Mo Ramadan checked out for this play. Play action, whips this one to the corner, and that one will be incomplete. And they have 1 timeout remaining due to the U. The Vikings have 2. 3:41 left to play. Matt Ryan and Corey Hammond calling the action for you. Watch 21. Hard body looking to play. And here comes some initial pressure outside from the edge. Caught! Touchdown, Baltimore!
And that's a great play by the quarterback. No help from his offensive line. You mentioned hard body. He actually went out in the defensive coverage, leaving number 13 wide open, immediately right on top of him. He's able to roll out and find his wide receiver, look like Tony Toe Tap, who does a toe tap.
And they'll go for 1.
And he converts the touchdown. So they'll go for 1.
They will go for 1 here. Your score now 14-6. The Vikings able to get on the board with not a lot of time remaining in our 2nd quarter. And we see a Vikings player just getting here with 3:03 left to play.
Well, Baltimore's a long drive.
It is a long drive, and it is holiday traffic.
Yeah, you get pulled over once by a cop, you're in trouble.
One car parked on the side of the road, one exit closed, and your entire half is ruined.
So the conversion will be big, because if they manage to convert this, it keeps it a 7-point game.
And in our Twitch chat, Matt King Riddick joining him. Ball comes loose, kicked out of play.
Now, did it cross the? I think it crossed the
It
goal
crossed
line.
the goal line,
so it will be good.
so it will count. It will be 14-7. It will be a 7-point game as the Vikings fight their way back after an impressive drive. It's 14-7. The U get the ball back. Let's take a look at this again on the replay. Whipped that one, and that's the scoring play. A beautiful throw, just whipping it across his body and going directly into the hands of Amani Skinner, the Frozone.
3-on-1's coming up right now.
The 3-on-1 is coming up, and we want you to be a part of these 3 pieces of social media. Follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/A7FL. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/A7FL. And be sure to subscribe to the official A7FL YouTube channel at youtube.com/the-A7FL. Also be a part of our experience on Twitter and Instagram by searching A7FL. 14-7 your score with 3:33 left to play, and it will be number 9, Kareem Moon, taking the ball on the 3-on-1 as Baltimore got on the board, making it 14-7. And Corey, Kareem Moon is a dangerous man with the ball in his hands, and now that it's only 3-on-1, his chance to score drastically goes up. He catches it around the 9-yard line, swoops near the sideline, keeps pace, gets through, and stopped. And there might be a penalty on that play, tackled by the freight train, number 8.
Now, if you want to see an amazing football play, check out our YouTube page and try to find, there's no flag, and try to find the walk-off return Kareem Moon did. Good return, and D-Train back in the backfield.
And there we see Huff and Kareem Moon set up in the slot. And watch the pressure from number 45. That's Christopher Leslie. The quick toss to Moon. Moon streaking down the field. Gets the first down and a little more. Breaks the tackle. Running down the sideline. And he'll run out inside the 25. Stop near the 27. First down, U. Number 11, Quattrell Huffin at quarterback. Play action. Whips this one across. Caught. Running down the sideline, keeps the ball in play, making it look easy. Ernest Wingate going with a little bit of the salsa dancing. Touchdown, U.
And that's way too easy. Back-to-back plays, the play action forces the defense, who, remember the last time D-Train had the ball was an easy touchdown. So they fake it to him. Quattrell Huffin great at the play action.
Watch that pressure. You've got 6 right there from Baltimore. The toss back to Hard Body. Hard Body getting in there and getting the 1 point, making it 21-7 U.
Triple option from Kareem Moon, runs it perfectly, and the beauty of a triple option is if you don't make a mistake on offense, it's guaranteed points.
And there's that touchdown pass to Wingate. Just quick and easy, was able to beat those defenders, and then a little bit of that cha-cha slide, a little bit of the salsa dancing. And we've reached our 2-minute warning. The U leading the Vikings. It's 21-7. This is the A7FL playoffs. And here comes the 3-on-1 play. That one will bounce inside the 5. Loose ball, trying to keep it near the end zone. In trouble, could be getting a safety, brought down inside. And that seems to be a safety. Number 45, Hitman, no safety. And it'll be on the 1-yard line. They call the ball dead at the 1-yard line, Corey. And a good catch by the Water Gentleman.
Good job, Water Gentleman.
Hashtag
That's
Water
a
Gentleman.
movie coming out by Paramount.
Yes, Water Gentleman.
Sequel to The Water Boy.
Actually, no, it's a period piece about 18th century England.
Nice.
And here comes the pressure from the U. Automatically in there, tipped and intended for number 11, Marlon Anderson. Tony toe tap is Tony, no completion, as it'll be 2nd and 10, the ball on the 1-yard line.
The joystick, the human highlight reel.
And the Cobras walked in 6-2, so 3 of the top seeds are possibly making it to the Final 4. And that pass, way incomplete and almost in the hands of the lightning bolt, Kel Gallimore. And it will be it'll be third down.
Yeah, Kells was the only one in the area, but you know, when you're Jamel Mason and you got a free rusher, you just got to get rid of the ball. You can't take the sack, especially. Now, sometimes when you're a quarterback and if you get quick pressure, yeah, take the sack. That's a better move. But I'm just really impressed by what the U is doing to Jamel Mason and what he's been able to do for his team. I've been there and done that, and with my limited mobility and lack of arm strength like Jamel has, I suffered the hands of defeat of this U team 40-0. That's how good they are. It's amazing to even see him gain yardage and drive the ball downfield. That's why they're so happy to have him back. But even with his Herculean effort in this first half, they're still down by 14.
And the Vikings had a tough game of their own last week. They had to beat the Panthers and barely won that one 24-22.
Yeah, well, the difference in that game was the Panthers, who were the upstart team in the regular season, no experience as they were a rookie team, and tried to figure it out.
Rolling out to his right, and that one will be incomplete. Everyone and their mother knocking on the door. It was like Halloween.
Shoes Kareem Moon off to the sideline, but if I'm Mason, I'm throwing it out of bounds.
This ball's thrown out of play, and it seems like it'll land in Viking territory, which is great news for the U. And El Sicario set up to the right with Huff handing him off the ball. Running near the sideline will be more of a lateral run than gaining yards, and that might have been a gain of about 2 or 3.
I think he did get out of bounds there, so the clock should stop, which is good for the U offense. That's Pat Coburn.
Number 19, whips it.
That's Adrian Rodriguez.
Rodriguez getting the first down and getting
tackled
inbounds near the 30-yard line. 4 wide receivers set up to the left. Huff moving out of the way, whipping this one and off the hands of number 89, Big Smoke. Unable to make that catch, and it will be second down off the incompletion. First or second appearances now. It's a little difficult to try to chart all that on the line. Tosses it, caught, bringing it down, and a moderate gain there. Picked up by number 4, that's Ski Johnson. Huff looking for an option. Play action, tosses this one to the corner, incomplete, and it will be 4th and 3 for the U. Represent as a Savage already made it. The Immortals of Pennsylvania and the Cobras of Baltimore have made it onto the Final Four. Hard body getting the ball, pushing upfield. It looks like he might have got the first down and a little bit more with 56 seconds left to play in our first half. 3 wide, 3 line. Move, Huff in trouble, brought down and sacked. Heads up play by the freight train. Number 8, Terrell Burks, putting the stop. And it'll be second down with a loss of about 5. Correction, 4, it'll be 2nd and 14. Again, pressure coming from the inside. Whips this one, caught by Moon, and that one will get him to the 15. Heads up play there with 7 seconds left to play, and it seems like that will do it for our half. And that will be the half as you go into the locker room with the score, the U21, the Vikings 7. This is the A7FL playoffs on 11 Sports and Twitch. I'm Matt Ryan, joined by Corey Hammond as the 6-1 Paterson U take on the 3-5 Baltimore Vikings. The low seed looking to fight back, looking to come back here, but in a situation where they are taking on one of the most dominant teams in the A7FL. And it will be a long, long 30 minutes. And that ball, last caught by number 25, the problem. Lamont Quick will go out of play. On Twitch, it's the Immortals taking on the Savage and the Cobras taking on either the Vikings or the U. In motion, handoff, running up and immediately stopped by number 5, J-Rock, Jarris Rogers with the stop. 2 running backs set up on either side of the quarterback, handed off to Gervin. Gervin bringing the ball downfield, will not get a first down, but a moderate gain. And now we see if the Vikings can bounce back here. 3rd down. Baltimore.
Again, 4 rushers for the U, only 3 blockers.
And snap. Here comes the pressure. Launching this one across his body and nearly completed. Intended receiver was number 6. That's Cameron Gervin, and it will be 4th down. As we wait for the throw off here as our officials confer. And here's the throw.
And to keep it away from Moon, they throw it way out of bounds.
Smart play. And it will be 1st and 10 for the U. Big line, and you see the big man, the D-Train, set up next to Huffin.
Who might be the biggest one.
And hands it off to the D-Train, and the D-Train cannot be stopped taking on passengers, but the express line getting into Baltimore territory. 1st down, Paterson.
Yeah, the Wolverine right there taking a ride. He probably owes D-Train $450 as you see.
He owes him
D-Train.
$275, no transfers. It'll be 1st down. The handoff, play action, rolls out, whips it to his right, caught by Big Smoke, and Big Smoke looking a light one, and no, brought down inside the 10-yard line. Another 1st down for the U.
Well, what you've seen there is whenever D-Train is in the game, the entire Vikings defense knows that if they're going to bring him down, it's going to be a team effort. So all 7 guys are looking at the running back. On both times they've went play action with him, they've had that crossing route. The first time, touchdown to Easy.
And here comes the D-Train again. Motoring ahead, but only will get to about the 1-yard line. And it will be the 2nd down of this drive for the U. And let's watch this play again. The play action, great roll to the right. Smoke just wide open.
And not able to make last man miss, but it was that same exact play call that Ernest Wingate scored early in the game. We'll see if they can punch it in 1 yard out.
And they'll bring hard body in the quarterback with the D-Train set up to his left, loading that line. There's the handoff to the D-Train, trying to punch it in, and it seems like he does.
We talked about no soccer players. They still have 2 shots with their offensive line and their backfield at the 1 yard line.
And there's the handoff, hard body taking it, brings it to the house, throws up the U, touchdown, Paterson.
It's tough to stop.
And there's that toss, and Luck will get in there. Almost lost one of his dreads on the play, but was able to get inside. It looks like they'll give him the 1 point and make it 28-7.
Down 3 scores. You can see the Vikings' body language early on in the game. Let's see if we get some later on. Great throw by Huff. That's completely out of the end zone. No chance for Amani Skinner in return. So with most of their core here from last year, they're certainly not out of this game with 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter and a quarterback that can throw the ball. The problem is they're going to have to protect him, and they haven't been able to all game.
Gervin, play action. Moore launches this one, caught, 1st down and more, and is brought down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Jamel Mason can do that and throws a dart. What looks like, I don't know, Amani Skinner and Tony Totap look so much alike. That's Tony Totap there on the crossing route. They're able to convert the 1st down, and if they can keep this going, this is exactly the type of attack that you want to attack the U with, because if you can continue to get the ball out quickly on the throw and wear down the defensive line of the U, then that pass rush will come as aggressively. You might be able to take advantage of guys in the backfield, the defensive backfield for the U, that sometimes take risks.
Number 55 calling himself an eligible receiver. Gervin set up to the left, to the right of Moore. In trouble, Moore needs to throw this one off, running up the sideline, and he'll take a loss.
Pass protection, especially the running back, to pick up one of these elite rushers.
Gervin with time, whips this one across, caught near midfield, and that'll be a 1st down, caught by number 56.
What do you want me to just tell everybody to go home? Come on, Jamel's got this. Not really.
He wasn't talking to us, but that play incomplete, did not catch it, hit the ground. They gave it to him.
as we go super slow motion. The reason it was low is because you see back foot. Quarterbacks don't do that. But.
No catch. It slid underneath his arm. It looked like it scuttled in there.
Advertisement.
And it'll be second down after the incomplete pass.
I came over here late.
The snap. With time, throws this one across his body and another incomplete play. And you can see that pressure coming from the edge from that U defensive line. Two wide receivers set up in the slot and bottom of your screen. Here comes Ramadan, the ball thrown. And another incomplete pass, and it will be fourth down.
What they've been doing is rolling Mason out to his right on purpose. Let's see if they do that here.
Mason taking on his bicycle. He'll get the first down, plow through a tackler, and get brought down near the 42-yard line.
Decides to put the game on his back, and on fourth down, converts it with his legs.
Mason coming back his second game after taking out the entire season with an injury.
Yeah, courageous performance at this point, and even though his team is down 28-7, if you're a fan of the A7FL, you're not going to come out of this game saying that it was Jamel Mason's fault. Last game we were talking about it ain't JJ's fault. Well, Mason can get a jersey, a hashtag that says it ain't my fault, because he's fighting as hard as he can out there. Drop balls, quick pressure, everything in his face, and he's still fighting hard for his team. That's a first down, a huge first down, as they continue to make what they can of this 21-point deficit.
3 on the line, 3 wide receivers, and 1 man behind center, and that's the quarterback, Jamel Mason. Mason, not a lot of time, whips this one, almost intercepted by Gallimore. Offensively, only 3 offensively. Fakes the screen, whips this one, thrown downfield, and incomplete.
To keep converting and score.
And the snap on third down. Tosses this one and complete. And it will be fourth down. And the Vikings, once again with their backs against the wall, as time will wind down here in our third quarter. Empty backfield. Here comes the pressure. Mason in trouble, back in his own territory. Throws this one deep and out of play, and it will be a turnover.
And when you have 3 guys on you from the snap of the ball, the Cobras, who are the second highest scoring team in the league, are going to be probably the opponent for the U if we assume that they win. Still a full quarter left here, as Kareem Moon lines up a quarterback, hands off to Hardbody up the middle.
And a gain of about 5 on that play.
Yeah, I see in the last previous game in this match, this doubleheader matchup.
Hardbody running upfield, gets taken out around the 35.
Now you put me on the spot earlier in this game. It looks like I'm going to be correct with my U pick, but yeah, well, the Cobras are one of those teams that they've been the class of Baltimore as we see Kareem Moon hand play action.
Throws this one deep, caught, picked up, no, off the hands of number 19.
Joel Rivera to see. And then when we get the U versus the Cobras, those are 2 teams with high-flying offenses. As Hardbody breaks free.
Breaking free for a huge run, a gain of about 15, and gets brought down at the 25-yard line. A huge run by Hardbody, just setting it up and knocking it down. Another huge play for this U team as time ticks down. Let's take a look at this again. Over 20 yards, pardon me, a 20-yard gain for Hardbody to make it 1st and 10 for the U.
And you see the toll has been taken on this Vikings defense, who early in this game was able to stop a lot of the runners except for the D train. Now as the clock ticks down, conditioning becomes a factor, and El Sicario looking for another hit.
Conditioning that drive up here from Baltimore, just preparing for a holiday weekend, just a lot of exhaustion on that Baltimore side of the field. It'll be 1st and 10. Moon set up with El Sicario. Hardbody set up to his left. Play action. Here comes the pressure. Rolling out to his right. In trouble. Back to his left. Needs to get rid of the ball. Has time somehow. Throws this one.
That's caught.
It's caught by Hardbody.
That was a 30-yard throw. It may be a loss of yardage because of the gymnastics Kareem Moon was trying to do back there.
Calculator. He's got one of those old-timey visors on his head that launches this one, corner of the end zone.
Feet were out of bounds, it looked like. Joel Rivera makes a great catch there after the bad miss earlier.
Rivera saying he caught it.
And so
said he had
ref.
both feet in. Herc 2206 saying Vikings better luck next year.
Inside handoff to a big guy.
Fat guy touchdown? Fat guy oh, no fat guy touchdown.
Well, when we talk about the U, is it really a fat guy touchdown? Because that is Marcel Bates. That's the owner.
A large man touchdown.
Well, what I'm saying is that D-Train scored our first touchdown, and he's enormous, but because the Cobras have been scoring 50 points all year long.
And there's the handoff to Hard Body. Hard Body gunning upfield, getting inside the 5, brought down around the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal, lining up is the D-Train and Hard Body behind Kareem Moon under center. Hard Body driving ahead, but the Baltimore Vikings stopping him at the doorstep, right at the 5. No gain, it'll be 3rd down.
So they can get the stop here and keep it within 3 scores. But as clock ticks down, the Vikings are playing for pride. They didn't drive up here to quit. Not much hope moving on to the Final Four, but I've seen crazier things in football.
A lot of weird stuff can happen in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Trust me, I know. And it will be 3rd and goal. Baltimore, resplendent in their purple. Checking down, watching number 8. The handoff to Hard Body on the sweep. Hard Body cannot get any forward motion. Once again, stopped at the door, and it will be 4th down.
Well, big stop from the Vikings there as looks like there's 20 members of the U on the field. They're going to have to whittle that down to 7. Everybody wants a piece of this. You see Big Draco, more affectionately known as Marcel Bates, tap outs on deck, trying to get in the game, but they'll settle on the 7 that are in the game, and it looks like they have a pass.
You see Big Smoke in there. You see Kareem Moon.
Easy, Joel Rivera.
So, yeah, they're looking to pass here, and number 82 is a tight end slash. That's McKnight. He's a tight end slash offensive lineman.
And rush that man, that quarterback, at your own peril, even if they come with the extra man, which it looks like they're going to.
It's 2 on the line, and you can see number 92 waiting in the wings. But watch out for that offensive firepower. Nearing the 2-minute warning, under 3 minutes to play in our 4th and final quarter. The snap, and here comes the pressure. Moon throws this one to Big Smoke. He cannot bring it down.
Makes the catch, but can't keep his feet in bounds. The jump ball just too far out of bounds for the elite receiver. As with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left, the Vikings seem to hold.
Holding on the defense, and the Vikings.
And they did hold.
Going for it again, and it'll be 1st and goal. And the ball will go half the distance to the goal, so it'll be set on the 3-yard line.
And you know what this means.
Another attempt at a fat guy touchdown.
Well, last week I was calling the game, and BIC had a Rudy moment. Let's see if we can get a Fridge moment here.
That's what people are saying in the chat. They want to see a Fridge award. They want to see somebody get it in there, knock it in, and get the Fridge award.
Well, it looks like they got some candidates in the huddle right now. My money's on Marcel Bates, who, for all intents and purposes, is basically the owner and general manager of this team. Looks like he's going to start with the ball as the quarterback.
And in our poll in the Twitch chat, the Paterson, you have 2 votes so far as the leader of the most likely to win the A7FL championship. But a lot can happen between now and July 14th. The toss back to Hard Body, slides in, touchdown, Paterson.
And Marcel Bates very excited with himself in the garbage time touchdown on the option. And Hard Body with the back handspring backflip combo to make sure we do not think that he's one of those fat guys out here. He certainly is not. The U toying with the Vikings late in this game as...
Let's take a look at this again. Big Draco.
Now that's how you run the option. You make the first man attack, and Wolverine does go for the ball. Gives his man Sicario the chance for the last nail in the coffin.
And they will be going just for 1 here, 34-7 now.
Potential for yet another chubby score. Can't just keep calling it fat guy touchdown.
I am a member of the large-boned community. I feel like I can get away with saying that.
I guess you're the right person to say it. As you called yourself Big Bone, though, in the last one.
I'm a husky gentleman. Moon making a husky play here, running along the sideline,
man.
pitches it like a softball into
Finally.
the end zone to Rivera.
Finally, Rivera can catch it, a former baseball player. It looked like a softball pitch to him.
Just a ground out to the pitcher, makes it 35-7 with 2:32 left to play. The U dominating this one, leading the Vikings 35-7. This is the A7FL playoffs on 11 Sports. The game live on Twitch and also rebroadcasted on 11 Sports. And it's the 3-on-1. This one will be caught, bouncing inside the 5, live ball. And here comes an opportunity for the U to shut down the Vikings once and for all. But number 30 will not go down without a fight.
That's
And
the
here-
Wolverine
The Wolverine being stopped at the 10.
scratching with an adamantium, but no dice. The Cobras had tough games already against this Vikings team earlier in the season, and look what the U, fully staffed, is able to do to a Baltimore team.
It'll be 1st and 10. Not a lot of time for Mason. Mason throws this one off the hands. Intended for Cameron Gervin. And Gervin will not let that fall.
And
Mason under center. Here comes the pressure. Mason needs to get rid of it. Tosses it over to the Wolverine. And he'll be forced out of play.
so a positive gain there, and once again, Mason trying to survive the onslaught.
Now the Cobras versus the U. A lot of people looking forward to that Cobras-U matchup. A lot of people thinking the Savage are going to win the chip this year. And Mason launches this one, and that's incomplete, and that's the ball game. So a valiant effort by the Vikings cannot stop the high-powered offense, the league's top offense, the league's top defense showing out here today. Moving on to the semifinals for a Final Four matchup with the Baltimore Cobras. Corey, this one's over. It's 35-7. Your final thoughts?
Seeing the U up close and personal myself and calling multiple games, there's no doubt this is the, if not the contender for the championship, one of the top 2 teams. Kareem Moon led this team to a victory, and this disrespectful play on the conversion just goes to show you it's too easy out there.
And we take a look at some of these highlights here today. A big game here in Baltimore. Not enough can be said about Mason coming in here, his second game back from injury, trying to put together a valiant effort, and that one of the more controversial calls of the afternoon, whether that was a catch or not. And we see the 2 teams showing respect to both sides. And we're getting a little bit of love from the U here.
Big Rob Fabian.
Big Rob showing us a little bit of love as both the Cobras, both the Vikings and the U showing a little bit of respect, as is tradition in playoffs and sports. And Corey, what a game! What games we have next week? I am excited, and we are excited to bring them to you next week. It'll be the Immortals and the Savage taking on the Cobras and the U. And we're going to leave it at that. So for Corey Hammond, I'm Matt Ryan. Your final score, it is the Paterson U 35 and
Baltimore Vikings 7.
And on that note, for Corey Hammond, I'm Matt Ryan. Thank you to everyone for watching us. This has been the A7FL. So long from the Garden State.
This has been a broadcast of the American Sevens Football League. Like, follow, and share on our Facebook page at A7FL TV.